We welcome you back to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. We're about to resume the action as we've got a kickoff coming in this fourth quarter. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he comes back with one complete. For these Raiders and quarterback Derek Carr, the Chiefs, they have been their kryptonite in the AFC West. With Derek Carr as a starter, just 2-8 against KC, 2-6 before Mahomes became the starter. And the road not likely to get any easier anytime soon. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Throw right side, complete to Williams. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder what plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Brian Grant, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Carr going to throw.
Good to go.
Pass complete to Richard, the running back. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Carr. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Williams loses the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thing. And he's got room. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Point after, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Kansas City defense, they make their way onto the field now. They have played a really good game. They're just looking for one final stop here and celebrate this victory.
And if you're on offense, you don't want them to have that satisfaction. You know that you're not going to win the game, but you don't want them to roll over those big grins on their faces. So you want to come up with something right here, some type of a big play to dent that good mood.
And they'll be trying to not let that dent happen and go home happy. On the draw, Richard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And this will be taken at the 13. Able to get away.
That's why he keeps the legs churning.
Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions.
There he goes, right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
No problem there on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Carr gives to Rashard. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Kansas City, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Microphone. check up on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Then I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, pass that like I'm Pino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame that on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. And a genie with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish you well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by they sell. Yeah, I just ran a check up on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Then I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way. Cause my bros on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got gold in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display. Yeah, I just ran a check up on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Then I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And the Patriots come out led by the 4-time Super Bowl MVP and owner of a record 6 Super Bowl rings. Arguably the greatest to ever play the game, Tom Brady. And we keep asking the same questions every year. How much longer can he keep doing this? Is this the year the dynasty crumbles? And every year Brady comes out and leads his team to the Super Bowl. They've been there now 3 years in a row, and only one team has made it 4. That's the Buffalo Bills. But remember, they lost all 4 in the early 90s. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Brady finds his man, Watson, over the middle. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So now the Chiefs go on offense in a great starting spot. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to rifle one, and this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 20 on the year, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. The long touch.
Shot, they gonna get dumped out of school. Oh, I finna team up. Dang. So kind of hard to team up.
pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine
go outside and play, or she can get a stuff ready.
In the game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away.
She can go outside, but she can't get her stuff ready.
What I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game,
that
it's not going to be a
phone,
great day
and that's
for you. You're
Savannah.
not really ready to play. So finding a way to
Savannah
harness
is
those
ready for
nerves
school.
and not let
She
them
ready
affect
for
you in a
school.
negative way,
But
that's what all the guys are
Charlie
looking
can't
for.
get her.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And this is one of those something's got to give games. You got the number 1 passing team in the NFL against the number 1 defense against the pass. A lot of times, the battle's in the trenches. We know that. We see it all the time. But this one, this game's going to be won on the outside.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Brady going to throw. And he'll have his man. That's Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
Charlie always
Let's
forget
face it,
Charlie.
what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it?
Always got to go to
This is what he
school.
does well. If you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed and the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right.
Can't get her stuff ready.
Try and defend him
Get stuff
if you
ready.
want to
Stop the
press
phone.
it, get him on the ground
Jimmy,
quickly
you
after
take
the
that
catch.
phone.
A lot of times they just run past you at the initial point of contact, and they'll go deep.
Take that phone.
The end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, his 6th touchdown of the season. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Tiffany, take that phone.
Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3.
Savannah.
And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
I got to go outside. We got school tomorrow. You can't get your stuff ready?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
Carlos Hyde, see you later. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Carlos Hyde, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Julian Edelman and the rest of the offense back onto the field now. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, And look, he asked for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
On 2nd and 9, Brady into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
I kick him in the butt. See? Watch I kick him in the butt. Boing!
Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around? And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Brady to throw. He completes it right side to White. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Brady.
Oh, man, right there.
And that is incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Robert. Let's go.
It's taken to the 26. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. All told, it's a punt return of 74 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. On 2nd and 12, Brady complete to Watson, the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Second tour of duty for Watson with the Patriots. Remember, New England drafted him way back in 2004 out of Northwestern. He retired in the offseason after finishing the campaign with New Orleans, but decided to come back for one more go-around with the Patriots, and they might need him, especially with Rob Gronkowski no longer in uniform. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot. But nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know,
he's got daylight. The 40, past the 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. We remind you that coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football. Seems like we've seen the Seahawks quite a bit in prime time the last few weeks.
Can you say hello, sir?
Tonight as they head down to L.A. to take on the Rams. And then tomorrow night for Monday Night Football, it's Giants-Eagles from chilly Philadelphia. They start the drive with Hyde. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete.
You got a PS4?
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Stephon Gilmore, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I got you.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine a head coach
what game you got?
Field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by for a lift. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Dante Hightower, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
The man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City. A franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watson. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Brady. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Throwing now is Brady. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. To the right side and complete to Thomas. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Thomas, the 9-year vet. Of course, all those great seasons with Denver, 5 straight 1,000-yard campaigns in Denver. Dealt to Houston at the trade deadline last year and now trying to work his way back off an Achilles tear. And if healthy, he can certainly be a big asset for Tom Brady. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start right here in Florida. The LA Chargers flying east to take on Jacksonville. And it is the Chargers who have the lead in that one. Melvin Gordon, a touchdown run in that first half. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger has thrown a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get out to the Bay Area. See what's happening with the Raiders at home in Oakland. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota, 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of a key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see when they do it, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They'll drop to throw.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Now they try the right side here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, right side. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The extra point up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you up to a quick start.
16 yards, a first down. On first and 10, here's Brady. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And he's got this down to the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 the first. Ball out to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. First down, here's White. Chris Jones on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Brady's throw there complete. Now White lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. Let's see if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about that too quick.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Well, that's a guy, Carlos Hyde, who split time last year in Cleveland and Jacksonville after 4 seasons in San Fran. He was just under 1,000 yards his last 2 seasons with the Niners, but never really got into a groove last season. And then the Chiefs signed into a 1-year. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 21st touchdown of the season. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play call. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
The second to play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Brady. He's got him in, complete. It's Julian Edelman. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Patriots send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he's loose again. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Covered a lot of ground there. 81 yards on the punt return as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. And Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Charles, this one's not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. And what are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Brady now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Brady to the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means after run extra plays, harder to move it.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. This throw on target, Brady to Thomas. Gets through and now an opening. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a 1st.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really average well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. From the gun, it's Brady. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. He just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the 1st down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live foot. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that score gives them a little more separation and a bigger lead.
A little more of a comfort zone now. They can do more things defensively, maybe take a few more gambles.
What's up, Chocolate?
Try to continue to extend their lead.
Hey, y'all doing? What's up, everybody? Good morning, everybody. What's going on? See y'all, I'm over here drinking.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
I said, fix my clothes. What you mean, fix my clothes? Close it. Come like this. What you talking about? Chocolate. Ooh, chocolate. I'm about to say chocolate. Get in my box. You messing? I know. Never mind. You don't got to. I don't like when people bother me. Make sure you let me fade you already. Now you, whoa. Yeah, I know. I'm not nervous. Who nervous? I'm over here drinking. I got sunshine. What you gonna send me some gift? Take off the what? Take out the flirtle. What you talking about? What you talking about, Ray? You still there? What's up?
Thank you, Josh.
Hey.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I changed my mind. And then, children don't want to go, so. I know that's right. Hey, Raymond.
What's up?
Good morning, fans, buddy. Remember, I used to go down there sometime.
Chilling. What's going on with you?
Water park, just
Chilling.
they got this fitness center over there by the water park over there by the
You miss me? Maybe. Oh, there goes Charlamagne. There goes Charlamagne. She got her phone. Loco. Charlamagne, what do you want? What? You just told you told me you called me. No, you go back to the room. Oh, Jesus. You miss me. You don't miss me. If you miss me, put a drink up there. He's gonna hit. I don't put no petrol on.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
add to their totals. And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clinch. Icing on the cake, if you will. Butker now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On the left side, a catch by White. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Brady down throw. Throw left side complete. It's White, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. One final try now for Brady. Fighting Harris over the middle. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chiefs, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New England, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles.
fight for the right to be number one. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's a battle of the top two teams in the AFC West, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions.
No,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
And how about Phillip Lindsay's rookie season? Began the year 3rd on the depth chart. Finished it in the Pro Bowl. Not bad for an unrestricted.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well. Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Oh, my bad.
That's pulled in at the 32. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now the Chiefs go on offense in great starting field position. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Good play there to step in and knock that one away by Chris Harris.
Who said that he couldn't play in the NFL?
Not me.
Not you. A lot of scouts did. A lot of people undrafted, and has turned himself into a Pro Bowl cornerback, one that really knows how to play the position.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play.
That too.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his running back, Hyde. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. 2nd and 9 now. And going deep for Hill. Oh, wow, complete. And for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To throw is locked. And Brate, the tight end's got it. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but They put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. 64 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Butker now to kick this one away. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Watt. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And bulldozing his way through.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one in SoCal. The Vikings and the Chargers from Dignity Health Sports Park. Coverage at 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 Pacific on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Wide open receiver complete. They'll get 34 yards there. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And that will be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
This is taken at the 15. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 20! And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Carlos Hyde. Touchdown number 15 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead will grow by 1 more. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Fighting down pass across the 45. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time John. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. All the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 23 here on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point up and through. And a rout is on here in this first half. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose? And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Xavier Williams, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Luck now to throw. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here's Luck. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves this down. Luck. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try to draw Lindsey. And an alley to run. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Luck. For the catch made, this is Emmanuel Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the players.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point safely through. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We begin in Charlotte, a good NFC matchup between Seattle and Carolina. And it's the Seahawks who are out in front in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Russell Wilson. From there, we head up to our nation's capital to check on the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And this one going the visitors' way, as the Texans have the lead in that one. Duke Johnson, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. There in the second quarter at Heinz Field. The Bills have taken the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Back to throw.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. There's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there. You might have a smaller back. On first down, Hyde. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. They run it again with Hyde. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run on first down. Hyde. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to throw up their linebacker to get into the back.
And this is caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 4th touchdown of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team. And they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Taking it to 37. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. 63 yards on a punt return score as his guys continue to pull it on.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 60 catches for him now in the year. This last one, a 1st down. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall, Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. Now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line.
He's tired. He's tired.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Coming down.
From the gun, here's Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, just like last play. Luck now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Luck. Underneath, he's got Brait. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To the air again, Luck. Sanders has it over the middle. And Sanders has it poked free, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Backbreaker, that'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Butker on for the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Luck. Underneath, he's got Bray.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So he knew it.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Here's Ryan Allen now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken around the 12. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Who's scared?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They'll set up the throw. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for offense.
This will be caught at about the 6. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Butker now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That game's gone final now at Heinz Field. And the Steelers coming away victorious there. Juju Smith-Schuster, 95 yards receiving in that one. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Now a first down throw, Luck. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Butker on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Kansas City, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Denver, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire...
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I store up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you will not be stopping me. Ain't no stopping me. I am up. #1 seed. Ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me. Hope you ready. Get it up. I be booted up. Popping out a sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Falling audible. I'm ready to get my niggas from the switch. If I hit you with my titties, got the flip. Move the chains. I'm about to make a play. Move the chains. Tell them get about the way. Move the chains. I'm about to win the game.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chicago Bears. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The good news, Coach, is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
Bush.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This one taken from the 7th.
My bad.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. They'll look to throw here. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. And now the Chiefs' offensive starters.
The play and production of tight end Travis Kelce demands that we talk about him even more. Not only is he now a perennial all-pro and Pro Bowl type player, he's one of those guys that makes defenses adjust each and every time he's on the field. And while they do that, he still finds ways to beat them downfield.
Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. And he'll give it here to his running back. And some room to maneuver. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. So here come the Bears under second-year coach Matt Nagy. They'll be led out by the #2 overall pick in 2016 from North Carolina, Mitchell Trubisky.
Just 2 weeks left in the regular season, so not many opportunities left. But I've got to tell you, I think he's had an MVP type of a season, and I just hope that everyone who votes doesn't go to sleep and already have their ballots cast.
I think there are a couple others in the national media who feel that way, too. You and I have been discussing this race since the calendar hit December, as have many other. But I think it's going to take 8 big quarters for him to truly have consideration. On second down, it's Cohen. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On third down, Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
O'Donnell, he's on the punt as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A 77-yard punt return. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Here's 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed.
Travis Kelce. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
You know I love football. You know I love the game.
I hope so.
But nighttime in December, you know I'm wearing multiple coats. So I just wonder about the guys on the field with all the great gear that they have. Do they have enough on, or do they have too much on? Because sometimes that can affect you trying to carry the ball.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, ball down in the air, and now it's intercepted. And it's caught. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is brought in at the 21.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
They'll run high. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Carlos Hyde with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, they're stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Ooh.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6.
I just want you to know.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back.
Juicy right there. Juicy, say something to me, Juicy. Come on, Juicy.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters.
A big no-no.
Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. From the 25 on second down, Trubisky. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and that'll bring up second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Third down, it's Trubisky. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back complete. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Watch this.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone.
Sure will.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's he finds it over past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run, and you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Pushing him away, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. How about that? Their quarterback with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense now.
What's he doing? I thought over her like,
drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
No doubt we're talking about offense right here. The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field with this shirt. Poor punter. Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's something else. There'll be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down. First down, Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. coming up. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Trubisky to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. It really put them behind the eight ball.
Yo, keep it to me.
Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And this unit has been set up nicely here in this one thanks to some great punt returns that we get a look at.
And they did kind of give us a hint about that in our pregame meeting, didn't they? They felt like they had a good scheme prepared for this game, that they could use whatever return they had on to create big yardage. And boy, have they been right about that.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you get some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that takes us from second to third down. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Troy Cohen. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And now a long one from Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Denver, where you see the final score there. 28-14 was your final score. From there, we're out to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. 28-7, your final score. And finally, we wrap up another season of Monday Night Football with an early holiday present. Packers and Vikings from Minnesota to finish off Week 16. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
What's the word, slime ball?
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Come out.
Throw again on second down. Trubisky, and he completes it to Cohen. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring in third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed. No yardage. They'll try to run for it with Cohen, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right in front of the scrimmage. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
Well, number 3 at. There you
This,
go.
of course, the final Sunday night game of the year. All-day games in Week 17, 13 in the early window. Among them, you've got Steelers, Ravens, Dolphins, Pats, Saints and Panthers, Chiefs, Chargers, just to name a few. And then 3 more in the late afternoon out west. Raiders, Broncos, Cards and Rams, and Niners, Seahawks. And then that's it for the 2019 regular season. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game. I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They go play action with Trubisky. Completes it to the tight end, Burton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. First down, a run with Cohen. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They try again with Cohen. Anthony Hitchens, 2nd in the AFC in tackles last year, there to bring him down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Yeah, that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his
All right,
hand on
ready.
that
I'm
one.
ready.
Knock it
I'm
away.
ready.
That brings up a
I'm
4th down
ready.
decision.
Let me see.
And it's taken in at the 9.
Oh, I ain't ready. No.
A good return there, call it 13 yards.
That was one number 3.
Now the Chiefs
All right.
offense getting ready to head on.
All right.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
But put away drive right now.
That way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. 78 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're open, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Trubisky to throw. Completion left side to Miller. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be taken at the 13. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charlie,
better stop the boy. You know he go.
I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories.
Better stop. Look at it.
This is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season as his guys continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he's to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
But she's singing too.
No, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he's just saying something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 2nd and a couple, Trubisky, and the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
Come on, big boy. Whoops. Oh, gotcha.
And now off to the races, down the right side. this receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Once again. Boing! That's all they thought.
Butker on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Oh, come for it.
Kick here, fielded about the 17. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
That's 17. 17 say,
The
I can do all of it. Punt turn, kick turn. It don't matter.
But I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
It's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message
Feet man.
different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them.
I'm tired.
Got to take care of the football. Got to hold up.
Like I said, feet man.
One that's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They
Who
work
got
against
it?
the 38 on 2nd and 10. And to give this
Come
time
on,
to
come on.
tailback.
There you go.
And that'll hurt the average.
There you go. There you go.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd
Oh,
down.
okay.
Finally, defensively, they have a look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there, 39 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And how might this affect them for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I gotta play some Chargers.
And a loss to start out here, 2nd and 11.
They doing? Yeah, I'm coming.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Xavier Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He's going to let it fly.
Hit man. Oh.
Falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him
He can do anything.
credit for hanging in there and
He
trying to make
can
something
probably still
happen,
take it.
despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
He's back in again.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that rushing touchdown is fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's run down at about the 23-yard line. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to race that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this second and 9. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Dorian O'Daniel, third-round pick in 2018, made the tackle. Now Trubisky. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago.
Put the way back down.
Boy, he fielded it right on the goal line.
Yeah, I feel it.
And there he goes again. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. But a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagnia, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but
This is a little cool. See her online. She's playing Breath of Water. No. She might be playing.
they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brady.
Don't think like the bottom. Hey, go. I'll please like try to give me some money.